It's tricky because we obviously, we have 14 assists tonight. It's not how we want to play, but I don't think that's all from selfishness. I think some of it is, and I think we play a lot of really young players, and it's the natural instinct in competitors that when things get tough, like I need to do more, and it's not till you understand that when things get tough, the group does more and becomes stronger. That's when you fight your way through those times. So, some of that was the frustrating thing tonight. I just didn't feel like we were making the extra pass consistently, and Memphis did a really good job of being physical with us, and they clogged up our paint. And whether guys are making or missing shots, you got to make the right basketball play and make the extra pass. And when we did, we got in a nice rhythm. We actually knocked some shots down, but too much of tonight was not was not played like that by us. So it was a little frustrating, but like I told the guys, no one here is going to feel sorry for us. We got to keep working and grind this thing out as a group. That's the only way to get out of this slump we're in.
Kuzma obviously struggled, looked short on his jumper, Luke. But did you think that anything of minutes lately? You just have an off night. Was that kind of indicative of the whole game, the whole team?
Well, yeah, I think Kuz just had a poor shooting night. He's obviously been shooting, playing, scoring lights out. And it's you're gonna have off nights. It's part of the reason I'm always trying to stay on him about how important the rest of the game is. Being a playmaker, being a defensive stopper. So when you do have off nights, there's still positive ways that you can affect your team in winning ball games, because that's ultimately all that matters when you're competing as the group. And tonight he had an off shooting night.
You guys were tied going into the fourth quarter, and obviously, that Memphis went on a run late. Did this feel any similar to you as the Portland game a couple games ago?
Well, they went on runs at the end of each of those quarters. I thought we had done a really nice job in building momentum, and then we kept, we wouldn't finish quarters off tonight, and that's that's tough when it happens multiple times in a game. But yeah, it didn't. Obviously, as it happened, I wasn't thinking Portland all over again. But you asking the question, yeah, it was very, very similar to the Portland game, where they got off to an early start, and then we had to try to just scrap and crawl our way to get back into the game. But it's tough when you let the other team kind of get that confidence and that rhythm, and I feel like we did that again tonight.
Luke, over here. You're playing, obviously, without Lonzo, and it can be hard to maybe quantize exactly his influence on a game, but his absence, how do you feel that absence?
Well, this was why I think if you asked anyone in our organization all year about Lonzo's shooting struggles, we'd tell you he'll be fine, because we know how important he is to us with the way he plays and the way that we want to play. The way he pushes the ball, the way he just hits whoever's open every time. That's contagious. And now that he's not out there with us, we need to make sure that we make it a point that that's still how we're going to play. We're not going to turn into an ISO team. That's not our strengths. We don't have guys that are ready to just go one-on-one. We have guys that are on their way to that, and we got a lot of talented young players, and we got some solid vets. But the way for us to win and the way for us to be at our best is to play for each other, share the ball, make the extra pass, and when you're open, whether we're hitting shots or not, you got to shoot it with confidence.
Luke, how much of Kuzma's poor shooting night was just tired legs, and also what happened at the end with him, getting hit in the quad? Is he okay?
Yeah, you'd have to ask him that. He looked good today. He always looks good. I didn't think he was tired going into the game, but he's played a lot of minutes, and here we are getting to the dog days of the NBA season, and it's He's a rookie, never gone through this before, playing a ton of minutes and taking a beating every night. So, fatigue's always a factor, and that's one of the things young players have to learn is how to fight through that, how to mentally take care of yourself, how to physically take care of yourself, how important sleep is, ice, all those things is part of this whole growing process in the NBA. Whether that affected his shot tonight or it was just a random off shooting night, you'd have to ask him that. And with the leg, he just he went try to get a verticality, and I forget who it was, but someone kind of crashed into him. I'm sure it'll be sore when he cools off tonight.
Brandon's first game back, what did you think of kind of what he was able to do? I know a lot of it was in isolation, like you were talking about, but it seemed like he was really on today. Yeah,
he was doing a nice job getting to the rim. It was nice having him back with, that's what we talked about before the game, was his ability to put pressure on the rim and collapse defense. Obviously he continues to get to the line, and he's a much better free throw shooter than he shot tonight and that he shot this season. But it's still impressive, watching him continue to grow as a player.